In normal times, the world's most formidable nuclear weapons would never be the subject of tweets and jokes. And in fact, the briefcase, known as the nuclear football, doesn't have a button at all. It is instead a series of launch codes. Donald Trump's fury with Bannon and the fallout from the nuclear tweet has made this a tumultuous start to the new year. The president's critics openly worrying about his stability.
OK, well, as you can probably tell, we have a fire alarm. You could probably tell that before we went into that report, but we still have a fire alarm here and we're not quite sure what to do about it. So I'm really, really sorry about this, but I'm afraid we have to evacuate the building. These things happen, and unfortunately it's happened tonight and we have very little choice. So I really apologise. We'll get back to you with the rest of the programme if we possibly can. But for now, it's good night.
Well, as you may have heard, we're having a few problems at the moment. We're working to fix these and get back to the programme as soon as we can. Well, apologies, we're having a few problems with the news at 10 at the moment. We're working to fix these and get back to the programme as soon as we can. We're sorry for the disruption. We're working hard to fix the issue and hopefully we'll return to the news at 10 shortly. Well, as you can see, we're having a few problems with the news at 10. We're working to fix these and get back to the programme as soon as we can. We're sorry for the disruption. We're working hard to fix the issue and hopefully we'll return to the news at 10 shortly. Well, as you can see, we're having a few problems with the news at 10 at the moment. Terribly sorry about that. We're working to fix these and get back to the programme as soon as we can. Well, I'm afraid to say we're unable to return to the news at 10 tonight, but are able to bring you the national weather next. You're watching ITV.
Well, a brand new year, so we've got some New Year resolutions. So, Susanna, here are mine for you.
Here are mine for you. Keep going. Stop taking over the programme.
Yeah.
I think we've got these mixed up.
Be nicer to people. Forget it.
Happy New Year, Piers Morgan.
Some things just cannot be resolved. A new year on Good Morning Britain. Whatever the weather, SSE boiler cover sponsors the national weather.
Hello there, good evening too. We're going to see more wet and windy weather move up from the southwest tonight, and then it turns colder as we head into the weekend, but hopefully a little drier as well. So here's the first signs of that rain across the southwest, accompanied by some strong winds. The rain will be heavy in places, and with a combination of high tides and heavy rain, we could see some localised flooding. By dawn, that rain will be across much of Northern Ireland, Wales, western and southern parts of Britain, northern and eastern parts starting off largely dry. Across Scotland, it will be a cold and a frosty start to Thursday. Now, through Thursday, that rain will slowly start to push away north and eastwards. Behind it to the south, it's an improving picture, turning drier, brighter here, but still staying quite windy. Across much of northern England and southern Scotland, that rain lingering through the day, clearing off into the North Sea gradually. Across northern parts of Scotland, largely dry, a cold day to come in contrast to the south, where it will be very mild. Have a good night. Bye-bye for now.
Whatever the weather, SSE boiler cover sponsors the national weather.
You are in the presence of quizzing greatness.
The governess, queen of all quizzers, is putting her subjects to the test.
Who are you going to put in the hot seat for this one?
My mum.
My dad.
Myself. My Uncle David.
To crown Britain's brightest family starts next Wednesday at 8 on ITV.
Good evening. The south has been clearing up today after Storm Eleanor brought winds of 80 miles per hour and heavy rain overnight. The coastline was battered by giant waves, trees were brought down, making for difficult journeys to work, and thousands of homes were left without electricity. A weather warning of gusty conditions remained in place throughout the day. With a roundup, here's Richard Slee.
Soapers Road in Christchurch, blocked by a huge tree which also damaged a telecoms building. This just one of dozens of trees.